Like my head actually is on.
We did it!
We did it!
We're live and in color.
I think with my shirt like this, I need to get myself a cloche.
A cloche. Oh,
No.
fancy! I like it.
I think that works. So we forgot to make it on film. We made a drink.
Yes.
It's a very chill summer drink. I don't think it's serious enough to be called the Mobius.
I like how it looks different colors.
Yeah, with the lighting. This is a spinoff of a Arnold Palmer, which I always have a hard time saying for some reason. Because I have a hard time saying Arnold sometimes.
Yeah, just go Arnie.
But it's an Arnie Palmer. But it is unsweet.
Unsweet.
God damn it, tea.
Unsweet tea.
I don't like sweet tea. And then raspberry lemonade.
She wore
with
raspberry lemonade.
With some rum.
The kind you find at a secondhand store. Yes. So it's a spiky Arnie.
My favorite is that we have ice in it, which is going to show up great on the microphone.
Super bright. I was just noticed it too. But I don't have anything else for the other peeps. Do you have anything else for the other peeps?
We're going to get a pod card out soon.
We will.
Yeah.
This will happen.
It will.
Yes. This is crazy times. We had a Nixie birthday last week.
Yes.
And then we have HSC graduation this week. And then we have a Nick birthday the following week.
On top of like school.
On top of just life.
And then other things. And other things.
Just super fun times all around. We will do all the things because we are all the things doers.
I don't wear this dress very often. So
it's cute.
No, it's great. I know, but it's been dirty for the longest time and it bleeds.
Oh.
So it has to be washed on its own. No, it doesn't bleed on me.
Just in the wash.
It's the reason why the brand new linen pants that I handmade turned pink.
Got it.
Someone washed the two things together. It was definitely Kaylee.
Kaylee did it. Okay, I'm ready to start. Are you ready to start?
I am. What episode are we?
189.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome to episode 189 of There's No Place Like Terra, a Stargate First Watch Rewatch podcast. I am Nixie.
And I'm Grace. And today we are covering SG1 Season 8, Episode 19, Mobius, Not Strip, Part 1. AKA Back in Time. AKA We're Getting the Band Back Together.
You're going to have to hold off on that one for reasons that you can't know about.
Okay, fine.
My AKA was Let's Do the Time Warp Again.
That's a good one too.
You take a step to the left.
AKA.
And then I jump to the right.
AKA Pop Culture Time Travel
reference.
Yeah. AKA insert Pop Culture Time Travel reference.
Basically. The other AKA, if you want a more serious one, it's technically also pop culture. The more less sing-songy version would be A Sound of Thunder.
Oh.
We'll get into that.
Wow.
Let's try to think of anything. I may have missed
anything. Well, oh, guys.
Yeah.
The release date for The Last of Us came out, which I know doesn't matter to you.
Well, here's the thing. Can I be honest? It's one of the single reason why I would ever consider, not the single reason, but one of the main reasons I'd ever consider getting a PlayStation.
It's the greatest fucking games ever.
I may just live at your house for.
I cried.
Well, like
a lot.
I'll let you guys play it and beat it, and then I'll live at your house to play it.
No, Jesse and I are taking the day off.
Yeah.
To play.
Yeah.
I'm really sad because the Ellie edition is already sold out.
There's an Ellie edition.
I need it.
What's the difference between that edition and the normal edition?
Oh, there's 4 editions. There's a digital. There's a digital. There's a special digital. There's a collector's edition, and there's an Ellie edition.
Okay.
The Ellie edition is the only one that comes with an Ellie replica backpack, which I need.
Oh, okay.
All the others come with all the other fun stuff, like like her Firefly bracelet thing, a bunch of pins, a hardcover, art.
Does one of them come with just like Yasha?
No, Ellie is not Yasha
No, I'm not saying they are. I just
never.
I mean, I'll be honest.
Don't cross streams.
I'm just one of those people who I'm not going to lie. One of the main reasons I sort of wanted to play it, besides the fact that it's apparently one of the greatest fucking games of all time, is Ashley Johnson.
Look, Ashley Johnson is incredible. She is so incredible that she does not play the same character twice.
Yeah.
Which is really where I'm coming from.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Ashley Johnson is the greatest. She's really freaking cool. Ellie is Ellie in itself, and nothing else is quite like her. Not Pike, not Yasha.
Oh, yeah. I was not
doing.
I was like, Ashley Johnson.
I love this trailer that we finally got to see, a nice long extended one. I may have pulled my eyes out.
Well, it's really fun for those of us who know nothing about the first game.
You should definitely play the first game first.
I know, but I don't
to come over. We'll play it over a weekend.
Have an ability.
We'll do it over a weekend. We'll play it on easy. It's gorgeous.
Easy story way that I play
is the thing. You'll have to deal with a couple of jump scares, but that's just life.
I run into
cordyceps are shitty and the worst.
I hope
somebody who listens also plays. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself.
No, I'm just saying I've run into I think about 6 bad guys in Zelda that I've just noped the fuck out of.
I love that it's Zelda and you nope them. I'm going to have to play with the lights on when we play Last of Us.
Well, no, I haven't noped out of them because of they're too difficult for me to beat, and I just get frustrated, so I nope out of there until I have more shit to come back and beat them.
No, it's great stuff, and it's Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker are leads, but the whole entire cast is amazing, and I'm just really excited to see where the story's going. We played the DLC, the Ellie-centric DLC. I will not give it away for anyone who hasn't played it. I just love video games that can tell me a story.
And what's interesting is I actually rarely play linear video games.
I love it. And I can't tell you, to me, there's just an immersion that happens.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I appreciate good writing in every format. And to me, there's this evolution of movies and TV shows that it's kind of to submerge you into it. And video games can do that.
Well, and it's just, I've mentioned it before, I'm only now starting to get into single player games.
Yeah.
The games that would have a storyline.
Sure.
So I just never played them. And right now I'm playing Breath of the Wild, which is not a linear story game.
Well, no, it's just sandbox.
It's just sandbox game.
Yeah.
So and that's why I'm kind of excited to start getting into some of those actual linear story games because I've never played them before.
You should play something like Journey.
Okay.
It's like a 2-hour game if you're playing it. And it's just completely you just kind of have to allow it to take you over. There's no directions. There's no human people in it.
I do like a lack of humanity in the
game. It's humans, really interesting.
Not human.
No humanity.
Okay,
just kill everything. Anyway, super great. I'm super looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Naughty Dog has been my number one since Crash Bandicoot. The end.
I didn't know that was the same company.
It's the same company. I'm telling you, if Naughty Dog called me up right now and they said, quit your life, come work with us, I'd be like, right now. I just love what they do. I absolutely love what they do. Okay, enough of that.
So
that's my big pop culture thing for the week.
March 18th, 2005. The first Last of Us came out. Sorry. Story in this one is by everyone involved with writing.
All of the people.
It was technically written by Joe and Paul. Directed by Mr. DeLuise.
I'm going to apologize now for the ice cubes that you guys are going to hear. I don't know how the fuck I would edit those out.
Nope. We normally
are having a drink that has ice in it.
We normally don't put ice cubes in our drink. I think
what we do is we put 2 big ones.
Yep.
So they just don't make sounds.
But I fucked that up.
No, it's fine.
And put a handful of ice cubes in our drinks.
I just want to mention to people that we can hear it, and if it bothers you, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do.
It's by far the least offensive sound effect that we've had in this podcast.
Yeah, fair.
So, guest stars, we got one. We got them all. We got David Hewlett. We got Donna Davies. We got Robin Wiseman back as Major Samuels. We haven't seen in seasons.
Come and get your guest stars.
We have Colin Cunningham bathed as Major Mustache.
Come and get your guest stars.
And
Come and get your guests. Come and get your guests. Come and get your guests now.
yes, now. And in that I know that guy moment of the episode is Alessandro Giuliani, I believe.
Okay.
He is also in Scorched Earth episode, back when they were terraforming that planet.
Which character is this one?
Oh, he plays Gatep.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But most people know him outside of Stargate as either Gata on Battlestar Galactica,
Okay.
or more recently, Dr. Serbius on Sabrina the Teenager,
Oh.
The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I guess the technical name is.
Oh, right.
Who is also, spoilers, I won't say.
Oh, exciting. Yeah,
Have you
'cause
caught
I
up on
haven't-
Sabrina?
I'm not caught up
Okay.
on Sabrina.
I'm really glad I didn't say
I'm
that
really
then.
glad you didn't either.
You know, it's a great thing for you to watch with Halloween coming up.
I think I will watch it. I have learned my schedule is crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still adjusting to it, trying to figure out how to be in person. But I've learned that I have a solid 15 minutes a day to myself.
That sounds
So
so sad.
It took me a week to watch an episode of Dead Like Me.
Oh.
But it's okay. Like, I've chosen this life.
Yep. You're almost there.
I am almost there.
Almost there. So, a fun fact, he also has a degree in opera and vocal
In
performance.
opera.
I know.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I mean, you literally know someone else who has that.
Yeah, I guess I did, and I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, the last few seasons of
Mhm.
Stargate, the finale was written in such that it could also be a season finale.
Okay.
So here they designed it to be season finale. Spoiler alert, it went on for 2 more seasons.
Yeah, I have. You do feel this wrap up. I'm feeling. Imagine as the people making the show,
Yeah.
every single time.
Might be the last.
It's like, imagine every single year planning your funeral.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So take that in consideration, especially when you're watching Mobius Part 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And I won't say what the changes are,
Okay.
but there are changes after these 2 episodes.
Okay.
And I feel like I've been flip-flopping back and forth on whether to tell you this.
Oh boy.
But I feel like if you're watching for the first time, you would see news articles mentioning this.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you
Oh god, I'm so scared.
that after this 2-parter, after this finale, Richard Dean Anderson is not a regular cast member on the show anymore.
Snap.
So just put that into your image viewing space of this episode.
He moves to a lake in Antarctica where he can regularly sit on the chair.
Uh-huh.
I'm checking one thing.
Okay.
Okay.
But I feel like watching that episode, you would know this just because of press coming out about it.
I
So,
wonder.
I really have been going back and forth, and people have asked me if I was going to tell you.
Wowza.
So yes, after this 2-parter, he is not a regular anymore. So he doesn't
Okay.
disappear,
Okay.
but he's not a regular.
Okay. Jack dies
Okay.
and becomes ascended,
Uh-huh.
but then comes to them in dreams.
Okay. Do you want to save those predictions? And
All day long.
that's fine.
I'm going to predict.
You're just going to
every
keep predicting as we
Yep.
roll.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
my heart's safe.
we start with fun fact time. We have a new spaceship on Earth,
Yes.
the Daedalus.
But that's like Daedalus and Icarus, right? And Icarus
Yeah.
is the one who flew too close to the sun.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you know this. It's the Greek tale of Daedalus and Icarus. And Daedalus was the inventor, I think. I hope I don't have them backwards. One is the inventor.
Well, I
one
do
is
know
the inventor's
Icarus
son.
is the one that flew too far to
Okay,
the
so
sun.
then Daedalus is the inventor, the guy, the dad, and he invents these wings, and he's like, but they're made out of wax and things, so don't fly too high, because then the heat will burn you up. But Icarus was like, fuck you, I do what I want, and then flew too close to the sun, and then dropped, and then died.
I mean, it is probably good that they named the the ship after Daedalus, then and
the inventor and the giver of wings. How cool!
So it is fancier than Prometheus. It is bigger than Prometheus. It is more advanced than Prometheus, and it's in its final shakedown cruises now. So
I'm for it.
Daniel does really hope that this time, if it travels to another galaxy, that they all get to go to another galaxy, because pretty much all the big villains in this place, we've never done with them.
Yeah. Guys.
And we get a Teal'c indeed.
We've eradicated gold.
Well, I mean, there's a couple gold left, but there's no replicators. There's no.
As long as everybody takes their gold vaccination, we're fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Anubis, there's no replicators. Like our bad guys are running low.
Yeah, we're running low on bad guys. Can you imagine?
A phone call comes in for Daniel, and Catherine Langford has died.
Okay, so this moment is sad.
Yes.
But I want to take the time to tell a funny story.
Okay.
I keep calling her Catherine Lenningham. And those of you who have also watched West Wing know
it fits so well.
I keep calling her Lenningham. But now my backstory for Mrs. Lenningham is not just the one that involves Jed Bartlett, but also she traveled around through the Stargate.
100%.
Langford Lenningham.
Yeah, 100%. Like Lenningham is her married name.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
That is actually the daughter that we see. That is Mrs. Lanningham's daughter.
Yeah, I'm for it. I like it very much.
Yep.
Good times.
I also just love that Daniel and Catherine still spoke to each other on a super regular basis.
I imagine, it's like the one person he can probably tell things to.
Yeah, because she pretty much has the security clearance.
She's like, dude, guess what? I died. Imagine that conversation. Imagine that conversation with Daniel and Catherine Langford. She's like, so I died.
Yeah.
And she's like, she takes it in stride. Like she's like, I wondered why I hadn't heard from you in a while. Like that's the extent of her reaction.
Pretty much.
And she's like, cool. What was it like? Yeah. Do you think she gets to be ascended?
I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, here's the thing. She would have had to ascend on her own.
Right.
Because Oma is busy.
Sure.
So
but if anyone's got the gumption to get herself ascended.
True. I don't know. I somehow don't see Catherine. She seems too stubborn to be calm enough to ascend.
Definitely.
If that makes sense.
I think she wouldn't want to. She'd be like, nope. Where's my dad?
Yeah.
Where's my guys?
Also, do not fear. This was not done because the actress died.
Good.
Elizabeth Hoffman is still here and rocking it at 92 years old.
Yes.
Also, because I was looking that up, I completely forgot that she was Grandma Ruth in Dante's Peak.
Oh, wow. What?
Yeah. Grandma in the boat. That was her.
Holy moly.
Also, I really want to watch Dante's Peak. It is a horrible film.
I'm trying to remember it. I know the name's where am I? It's
the one that had Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Okay. And the boat scene.
It's a thriller. It's the thriller one.
It's
weird.
It's hey, the volcano's going and we have to run away.
Yes.
Natural disaster type one.
Know it. Yes.
But there's the infamous scene with the acid lake.
That's the real thing that happens.
Okay. I didn't know if you'd remember that. It's the one scene from Dante's Peak that sticks in my head.
Why wouldn't I?
But I won't give spoilers away.
I know everything's.
And credits.
We're going back in time.
So when we come back, we see Daniel eulogizing Catherine. Eulogizing. He has no idea where he would be today if he had not met her.
We'll know soon.
I mean, she started everything.
Yep.
And I'm a little surprised, at least, that Sam didn't also come to the funeral. At least Sam.
That's fair. I guess he was the only one that had a true relationship with her, though.
He did. To me, it's more of, I don't know if Sam would have gone for Catherine, but I feel like Sam would have gone to support Daniel more like.
Yeah, it's possible that he
was like, I need to do this on my own or something.
Yeah, or maybe it was a very private thing.
It was just one of those where it's a place that I would have imagined.
Sure, that she would be like, I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah. But the camera stops on a tall redhead,
of course,
who is clearly someone.
Yeah.
And it turns out that
She's
she is
Peggy's niece.
Mrs. Lanningham's daughter, Catherine's niece,
Yeah.
Sabrina Gosling.
Yeah.
And just it's her married name.
Daniel wastes no time.
No time.
And
Catherine.
talking about whips.
I was
Sorry.
going to get there.
I'm sorry.
Catherine spoke of Daniel often, and Sabrina always imagined Indiana Jones with whip and a pistol chasing bad guys through a temple. And Daniel says he left his whip at home, and she says so did she. Quick change subjects.
Sure, no big deal.
So apparently Catherine left her Rob pendant to Daniel.
And her niece. I mean, they're both good looking.
I mean,
he's like, why not?
Exactly.
She's like, meh, sure.
I'm not saying like, they're gonna get married or anything.
No.
Just saying they're
both
grieving.
consenting adults.
And they're grieving.
And they're grieving. And they're beautiful. And they're
Sometimes
talking about whips.
People just need, to grieve. So there's a couple other
grieving
odds and ends that Catherine wanted Daniel to have, so she's just going to ship them there. Back
no big deal.
The
just
SGC, a few days later, Jack is waiting by Daniel's office while Seiler leads a delivery team. Those odds and ends fill up Daniel's entire office.
It's a full, I'm going to go back to Gilmore Girls.
Yep.
It's a full Emily Gilmore when she's mad at Lorelai. And she starts just shipping all of Lorelai's childhood things to her house. Where she's like, fine, if you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to make you notice me by shipping all of your childhood things to your house.
It's like Catherine's entire antiquities collection, and Jack prefers stamps.
I love to how everyone's like, fuck, what's this? But you know that Daniel's like, this is the best thing that has ever happened in life. Daniel may need to change his pants. Yeah. This is the most exciting find.
This is every Christmas rolled into one.
Yes. He's just gonna like Scrooge smoked up, dive into those boxes.
Like Daniel will be in his bunk.
That sounds right.
So in the briefing room, SG13 is showing Jack all the rock samples that just right up Jack's alley.
So exciting.
So interesting. He's super into it, and Daniel rushes in. He doesn't want to interrupt, but no, if it is important, you must interrupt.
For the sake of America.
Gosh darn it. It is. Rock Guy, the look on Rock Guy's face is like, fucking SG1.
Do you think they're like not liked? They're like the popular kid?
Yeah,
everyone else is like, fuck these guys.
I think there's a little bit of like, of course they always get preferential treatment.
Sure.
Of course they get to interrupt whenever they want.
They get to do whatever they want.
It's SG1. Of course they get the good offices. Of course they get to go at the convenient time in the morning and don't have to leave the base at 6 a.m. on missions.
Yeah, absolutely. They get to do whatever they want. They get all the pizza parties.
Yep. I mean, they've worked for it.
Sure.
But still, I think there's a little...
So it's like, can we be not so blatant in our favoritism?
There's a little bit of favor. Because, it's Jack. He's not really subtle with the favoritism.
Well, he's like, they're my favorite, so I'm going to treat them the favorite. Yeah.
Basically. So, Daniel thinks he found a ZPM. Okay, that's actually important.
Yeah.
That's cool. And Daniel basically bounces his way out of the office.
Yeah. I am so happy now. This is my happiest times, not just because I had sex.
So all of SG1 is down in the lab now. And Daniel shows him an original 1889 book called The Eye of the Sun. It's the only known copy to exist. And it details the customs and rituals of the worshippers of Ra.
Interesting.
And while flipping through it, as you do, he noticed a drawing that looks like one of them has Ra, and he's holding what looks like, suspiciously, like a ZPM.
Huh. Imagine.
They call it the Heart of Light.
Oh, fancy time.
It's like the heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's missing right now.
Wearing that though on your neck.
I know,
like,
but it's missing, and it's actually down at the bottom of the sea.
And the chain that you would have to carry that thing around your neck.
Maybe that's what actually sunk the Titanic, because it wasn't thrown in. It wasn't thrown into the ocean after the Titanic. Sure. It was already there.
It was like, oh fuck, well,
and like the icebergs were attracted to it.
Yeah, I like it.
No one ever found Sid ZPM because it's down with the Titanic.
Mm.
So back in the briefing room, Sam tells them that, look, we did satellite research. We know how to detect these things. It is nowhere in Egypt.
Hmm.
It's like not buried. They don't know where it is. There's no signatures. So it's either not there or it's depleted.
Right.
And Daniel's like, it's probably not depleted because they didn't know what the fuck it was.
Right. They wouldn't have known how to use it. Everything's still in there.
Better odds that Rod took it with them when he left.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know where it is now, but we knew where it was then. You know,
Daniel's already done all of the math.
3,000 years ago.
Is already in ancient Egypt.
3,000 BC. Seems like you can't. And then goes, it's the only way.
He's like, we're going back in time.
Jet's like, what? Sam's like, we agreed. Daniel's like, tell me what the fuck you people are talking about.
And then he just starts doing the time warp.
Yes. Maybe that is actually the way you travel back in time by doing the time warp.
We should try it.
We just need more people. We don't have enough energy built up.
Oh, we need like a mass timer. Now, is it like if everyone does it, does one person get to go through?
I think, and maybe, I think you have to have like a large amount of people surrounding one person and build up build up the sexual energy of the time warp.
Sure. And then that person needs to be wearing fishnets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
red lipstick.
And red lipstick, yeah.
Yeah. That's how the only way.
It's the only way you time travel.
What if we just sent Tim Curry?
I mean, that is the best ambassador. The best ambassador we could have.
I'm excited about this.
Tim Curry, the world legend. So Sam, we have a time ship, and we can Back to the Future this shit.
Yep.
But Sam is like, look, or I should say Jack was like, look, Sam, you wouldn't even let me go back in time to watch the Cubs win the World Series. Which, reminder, for those of you who don't follow sports ball, this is in 2005. At that time, the last time the Cubs had won the World Series
100 years
in
ago.
1908.
Oh, damn, I was close. Yeah.
They did win in 2016. But at this time, they hadn't won in almost 100 years.
The curse.
So Dina's like, look, we can go back really quick, really subtle, grab it, be home by lunch.
No big deal. Just
No big
swing back, run an errand.
Yeah.
I just got to run an errand into ancient Egypt.
What I can't believe is that Sam agrees to this shit.
I love.
There is no way Sam would agree to this.
I think she being around these guys has highly influenced who she is as a person. She's learned to enjoy being a little bit of a
Chaos Muppet?
A little bit of a chaos. I mean, the woman blew up a sun. She's
But
not
still,
that regulated.
That is not the
normal
same
rules.
as like modifying the timeline.
Like she's really aware of it, but there's an itch that she wants to scratch now that they're like, come on, dude, you want to try it. Just try it. Just try it.
So no one at Area 51 has been able to get the ship working, flying, doing anything because apparently no one in Area 51 has the ATA gene.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Nope.
Like you know about the ATA gene.
Yeah. You would be doing magic things.
But Jack can fly it easily. So Daniel tried dangling we can power the chair and we can dial the Pegasus galaxies. Sam's like, we can do all those things. And Jack just doesn't respond.
It's like they were just waving the bait. Come on. It's like when I'm trying to get Drakey to come in the house.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, buddy. Mama's got treats. And he's like, I don't know. Hunting in the backyard is kind of fun. I'm like, but look what's inside the house. Inside the house, there's bacon. And he's like, well, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm going to think about it.
But I can get gecko tails out here.
Yeah. All of them.
So in a crazy accelerated time rate of this episode continues. And now SG1's just in orbit, ready to go back in time.
Gotta go. We skipped the montage.
We definitely skipped the montage for time concerns. And Jack's like, shouldn't we try a smaller leap first, like maybe 1908? But apparently the ancients were smart. And the time machine basically won't let you jump back any smaller time jump in
it's like, listen, fucker, I know what you're trying to do. Yeah.
She's probably just lying. The time ship can go wherever the fuck it wants.
Yeah.
And Yeah, Jack just thinks 5,000 years ago, and the time warp happens, and then bam.
I don't want to push past this because he's like, do we have any particular day in
Yeah.
time? And I want to point out how impressive Michael Shanks' acting is. Because he goes full. This is a face that only ascended Daniel could make. Like his entire face says, "You'll know what the right thing to do is." Just in his face, it's just like, okay, so nothing from you. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
It's very like Rafiki.
It's very
Mr. Miyagi.
Very much.
Every single person who knows better.
Very
that's
Yoda.
The face. Yeah. He just gives it the face. It's just the face, and it's like
the mentor face.
Yeah.
But they jump back, and radios don't work, and all the stars are different, which happens because stars move.
I love that Teal'c's like, the stars have changed. I know all the things. I am Teal'c all the time, forever. Nothing changes me.
Well, and it's one of those things where, again, I would expect Jack to notice that too, because we forget the whole Jack is an amateur astronomer background.
Right, but that's what I mean. Jack's like, oh, I guess that's true, and notices it after. But Teal'c's like, always aware, will not be caught off guard.
They've done it. They have gone back in time. So they land. They Star Trek for the ship again.
Peter, they're doing it. Okay.
Everyone remember where we parked.
Mm-hmm.
They're dressed in their Abydos robes, basically.
Yeah.
Daniel is seriously nerding out hardcore about how he'll get proof that the Great Pyramids were predate the 4th Dynasty, and he wants to get as much footage as he can on his recorder. And it's, even though he's not going to be able to tell anyone about it, but he's going to know that he was right.
Take a breath.
Just so you have reference.
Yeah.
They say the Great Pyramids were built between 2560 BCE. So like, there went to about 3000 BCE.
Okay.
So it's about
before that.
400 and change years before the Great Pyramids.
Right. Almost. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
By to modern historical
according to modern
standards.
History. Yeah.
Yes.
So according to modern history, where they landed, they should not have seen the pyramids.
Yes.
Got it.
And Sam emphasizes again, minimal interactions in and out.
No touching.
Timeline.
Keep your hands and body inside the ride at all times.
Keep your hands in your pockets. This is a China shop.
Yeah.
Do not touch anything.
Remember your first field trip when you're little?
Yeah.
And they're like, touch nothing, go nowhere.
Don't look at anything.
And don't talk to anybody other than parts of the people that are here with you.
Chaperones only.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see a scenic shot of the village, and Daniel was right. The 2 major pyramids on the Giza Plateau, as well as the Sphinx, are all there.
Super cool.
And
where would you go?
Oh God!
Like, where if you had to go to like a big giant jump, you can't go back 200 years. You can't go back 400 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you go?
Well, here's the thing. Part of me would always like to say that I would go to like the Renaissance or something. Mm-hmm. But let's be real. That's a really shit time to go.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it had to be more than a couple hundred years. I'm not entirely sure.
Or let's say this. If you had to go to the same time that they went, where in the world would you go?
Oh, 3000 BCE. Where would I go? You know, I might, just because part of me feels like I would accumulate, or acclimate weller than some other places. Is I would head up to shocker, Scotland or Scandinavia.
Nice. I would go to North America. I'm actually Googling it now. I don't know when people came across.
I don't remember either.
See what it looked like untouched.
That's true. That'd be really cool.
I would want to go back to where I was born and raised and see my valley and see, because the landscape is so specific that I'd want to see what it looked like then.
That's true.
And see how much of that water and how much of those mountains had slid and how much were still standing. What if it was like an actual beach that you could walk to, like a nice big shallow space.
That would be super cool.
That would be cool. Or what if the water was up higher? Or what if it was, you know what I mean? Like,
I just
what if
wanna
all
go,
that was
like,
under?
I just want to go Viking some shit.
Yeah.
Join in some
that makes
raids.
sense. Yeah. Just basically see our own histories.
Yeah.
I'd like it. Okay.
So Daniel chats with some locals who I
Mhm.
think are confused at Daniel's rusty ancient Egyptian. But the two are Katet and I don't remember brother who's going to die. They're they're heading tomorrow to Ra's temple to make an offering, but they have offered to put SG1 up for the night, so it's nice.
I mean, I want to point out something. I feel like Sam should have hid her bangs.
I mean, there's a lot of things that probably should have been hidden more.
Sure. The fact she's a woman.
Yeah. Hey.
But mostly, like, the blonde woman, probably not commonly seen.
Well, especially when they say that they came from the east.
Yes.
You could have said north,
Mm-hmm.
and that would have maybe made more sense.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it would have just been like, you're different. We'll kill you now.
All of them except for one of them have skin tones about 5 shades lighter.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, there was a lot of traveling.
Sure.
There were a lot of traveling. There were fair skinned people traveling through Egypt, but
yeah.
not as common.
Yeah. I mean, Jack they would think is pale because
Yeah.
he's at least weathered a little.
Yeah.
But they'd be like, you two. No. No.
Have you seen sun before?
Yeah. But the blue eyes and the
there was
blonde
no
hair.
sunscreen back then.
Yeah. The blue eyes and the blonde hair, they'd either be like, you're either a god or we have to kill you.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah. So Sam was hoping that they wouldn't even have to stay a full night because she keeps worrying if she's going to step on a bug and change the future.
She's going full Hermione this episode.
Full Hermione
Granger. She's like, y'all are going to fuck something up.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, yes, we are.
Yep. And, they can't just
there.
They can't just waltz into Ra's temple. Like, that's not a thing. Like, not even a consideration. So
it's
this
like,
is
you've
the
been
best
watching
way.
too much Looney Tunes. It's not going to work like that.
So they just have to play it cool. Jack's just wondering what's for dinner.
Sure.
So the idea of going back in time, stepping on a butterfly, changing the course of human events, otherwise known as the butterfly effect.
Whoa. It's almost like they should make a movie called that.
Well, to be fair, it was a thing before the movie.
Oh, I know.
It was said to have been coined or at least became popular by a Ray Bradbury story in 1952 called A Sound of Thunder. Fantastic story. Quick read. I mean, it was one of the ones like in pulp magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is set in 2055 with a company called Time Safari Inc. that lets people go with a lot of money, back in time and hunt dinosaurs. And they have all these rules about what you're allowed to do, what you're allowed to hunt. You can only kill something that's about to die minutes later.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And needless to say, shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
And the main guy stumbles off the path.
Sure.
And when they get back to the future, a bunch of stuff is noticeably different. And he looks at his shoe and he's noticed he stepped on a butterfly.
No butterfly.
There is a movie version there's a movie version of A Sound of Thunder.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the butterfly effect.
Right.
I think Butterfly Effect is a movie that if you go back and watch later, surprisingly better than...
I never watched it.
I think when it first came out, I was like, what the hell is this? When you go back and like watch it again, better than I originally thought. A Sound of Thunder? Don't watch Sound of Thunder.
How old is Sound of Thunder?
Oh, it's like mid-2000s.
Oh, okay. In my head, it was like black and white.
No, don't watch it though.
Okay, got it.
Still don't watch it.
Don't watch Sound of Thunder. We will remake it with puppets.
Well, there's also a remake that you probably are not with puppets, but there's probably a remake that you have seen before.
Okay.
It was on Simpsons Treehouse of Horror 5.
Nice.
This episode,
Jack's seen it.
This episode has a number of references to it.
Sure, yeah.
And which, to be fair, half a spoiler, not a full spoiler, to the point of the final line in Treehouse of Horror 5 story and the final line of the next episode are the same.
I like that.
Yeah. So the science half of this, science according to Stargate, haven't had one in a while because we've covered most of the shit they talk about on the series. Edward Lawrence was a mathematician and meteorologist. He was an early leader in like computer-aided meteorology.
Yep.
And was running some weather models in 1961, like multi-month predictions.
Okay.
And he wanted to sort of resequence some data. So he started like in the middle. And for reasons that are computers in the 1961 reasons, he put in as one of the 12 variables 0.506 instead of 605 or 506. I've transnumbered. The point is that one of them was 6 digits long and the other one's 3 digits long.
Okay.
So he missed 3 decimal points putting in one of these variables.
Okay.
And when he got back from having coffee, the results were wildly different.
Math.
And he started studying.
Our whole world runs on math.
Yeah, and he started studying then sort of the concepts of modern chaos theory. And in his paper a few years later, he stated, one meteorologist remarked that if the theory is correct, one flap of a seagull's wings would be enough to alter the course of weather forever. And the controversy has not yet been settled, but most recent evidence seems to favor the seagulls. And then
seagulls go. What if the seagulls know? And they're
probably
like, fuck you, humans.
That's
Here
why
comes a
they're
hurricane.
annoying. And then
well, maybe they're mad at us. We've probably done something to seagulls.
Probably.
And they're like, they don't even know that we can control all of their weather.
I mean, Canada geese deserve it, but seagulls may not have. But also people were like, hey, maybe not use seagulls and maybe use butterflies instead.
Seagulls.
So yeah.
I like it. Wowza. So
the very next day at Ra's temple, after probably having something that was not appetizing to Jack for dinner, as they head to Ra's temple, SG1 heads in the back while Katep and his brother bring the offerings in of jewelry.
Sounds good.
In comes Ra in all his glory. We haven't seen him for ages.
This is really cool. It's like the sick ass old school gold headpiece garbage thing.
Slaves and handmaidens abound.
Let's do it. It's opulent. It's grandiose.
To the point of like they bring his chair for him.
Yeah. I'm surprised they don't carry him in.
It's
like,
just shy of it.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
They show him the jewelry they brought. Ra's not amused. And he will not tolerate such disrespect from his followers. And the guards threaten to kill the brother. Jack starts to take his gun out. He's like, look, I can kill Ra now, and not do it in 5,000 years.
Imagine how much he would have changed. Dude, definitely not that. Definitely don't do that.
Sam's like, you can't do that.
Yeah, she's like, no.
It's shitty to watch this, but you're going to have to let this guy die.
Yeah. Again, another Stargate pattern, like watching people die. Why? Why are the writers so tortured?
So they watch as Katep's brother is killed. Ra, the Jaffa, everyone else leaves, take the bout of jewelry, and leave Katep to help carry his brother's body out.
Ra the Jaffa is like his wrestler name. And in this corner, it's Ra the Jaffa!
So sneaking around, SG1 follows the Jaffa, and basically wherever the treasure room is, that's where the ZPM will be.
Yeah.
So they zat a Jaffa guard.
Sure.
Talk about old school. We see Teal'c and some shiny.
We're not going to worry about the butterfly wings right now. We'll just kill this guy anyway.
Well, I mean, they may not be dead.
Sure.
They just, zatted him and tied him up.
That's true.
But we even get the Transformer-style helmet that we haven't seen in ages.
It's so cool. I love it. The animation to me feels like Large Marge. From what is it, Pee-wee? One of the Pee-wee things?
Something.
Anyway, it's just really fun to see the old school stuff again. You can tell that they were aiming for a callback to like the early
a little retro look. Yeah. And I also love how they're like, we animated it up. We're not going to see it come back down again.
Fuck all this budget. Words are hard.
So yeah, Teal'c would go in, take some treasure.
I love how easily he like sets into it. He's so comfortable being like, "Yep, I got this."
Yeah, no
I've
problem.
I've done this for a very long time.
And the rest of the team waits and waits, and eventually we hear Jaffa footsteps approaching. They almost at him until Teal'c, not putting his head down, just shows him the ZPM.
It's like, look, I did it. I love the ZPM again. Also old school. the way our little treasures look. It looks like candy. I
Uh-huh.
want to eat it.
It's like a never-ending like popsicle or
Remember
something.
those? I think it's like Astro Pops. They were popsicles.
Yeah.
Not the ice cream ones, but they were actual popsicles. It's the exact same colors.
Oh, I do
It
not
was like a
remember
yellow
this.
and a red and a green. I'm gonna find them.
Okay.
Okay.
But it was easy peasy, in and out, until they're heading back to the ship, and there's a shit ton of Jaffa standing around their invisible but covered in sand puddle jumper. Oh, I do remember that.
it's an Astro Pop.
I do remember that
Okay, we're
now.
done.
100%. They got really disgusting halfway through.
Yeah.
No one ever finished
Nope,
those.
there's no need to. It was really just a way for your parents to keep you quiet.
Basically.
They're like, here you go, suck on this for a while.
Yeah, here's a bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
We need you quiet now. We don't care about later.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about the consequences. Yeah.
So it looks like we have to move quickly because they're about to call for reinforcements, and if they haven't already. And Sam again reminds them, what have I been saying over and over this entire episode? We cannot do anything to change the timeline.
Seriously, guys, can we just take a minute and absorb my words?
Yeah.
Because you're clearly not paying attention at all.
Like, even if we naturally can easily take out all these Jaffa by ourselves, that's not the point. The point is we can't take out all these guards by ourselves.
We could, but we shan't. We shan't.
And they don't know what the
That's a
ship is. They don't know it is a ship. They're not going to be able to decloak it. No one has the ATA gene. Like, it's just this weird, invisible myth thing for them right now.
Yeah. Preserve the timeline.
Keeping the timeline is the most important thing. Like, it is already altered.
Yeah.
We cannot alter it anymore.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have ever let us do this. Duh, Sam. No, you shouldn't
It's too
have.
late now. It's just
We live here.
We did this. We here now.
So Jack's like, we'll live our lives out in Egypt.
I guess we live here now.
And Sam's like, well, we know there's going to be rebellion in a couple years. We don't know how many years. We might be able to get the ship out then.
What if it was like 20 years? Can you imagine? It's like, fuck, where is this thing already?
So Jack is not happy about all this. And Daniel does know how they can actually get the ZPM back to their own timeline.
Yes.
A month ago, relative to our time, there was an archaeological dig that uncovered a First Dynasty tomb near Giza.
Yep.
And we can just bury shit in that tomb.
We're gonna build a time machine. It's a time
really
capsule.
slow time. I mean, we are time travelers.
It's a time capsule.
We just go in one direction.
Yeah. We're gonna build a time capsule. It's gonna be. Did you ever do that? Build a time capsule in your school? We built one in our school. And then also, I got to be at Disneyland when they buried a time capsule on, I think it was like the 40th anniversary of Disneyland. And I think they're going to open it on the 80th anniversary.
That's cool. We bury time capsules. I think they're like for 100 years. They'll probably be completely forgotten about.
Sure. Makes sense. School probably won't exist anymore.
No.
Or at least mine won't.
I'm pretty sure one of them already doesn't exist anymore.
Sad times.
What you guys say? Went to
But what a cool find it will be for some random person in the future.
That will be cool.
We're just gonna maybe that's what our dogs are doing.
Have fun with that, like, kindergarten class time capsule filled with probably leftover candy.
Yeah. Well, it's like letters from children saying, I live here now. I do a thing.
Yeah, if I was coherent enough to even write that kindergarten, Kaylee really wants to find a time capsule outside. That's why she keeps barking at things. Kaylee, there's no time capsules. Kaylee, there's no time capsules. So, yeah, bury the ZPM, find it in the future. Maybe we don't have to take this mission in the first place. That Sam will allow. So, Jack again. Kaylee! I was just getting back. Come here. I was just getting back into it. Come here. Kaylee. Hey.
Come on, Dolphin.
Kaylee Thor. Come on. Tag.
Kaylee, get in.
Hey. Kaylee.
Kaylee, get in.
Come here. Tag. Come
here. Would it matter if we closed the blinds while we're recording?
We could.
Do you think it would matter? Or she'd be like, I don't care, I'm going to look at it?
She doesn't usually care, but we can try it if we want, if she gets into shit one more time.
Yeah.
You have one more chance, Kaylee Thor, and then we're closing the blinds on you. He's going to bark at sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna bury the ZPM, and then maybe in the future when we find it, we won't have to take this mission again, and
Yeah.
Sam will allow that.
Yeah. Anything to like not have to do this. This
Yeah.
whole time travel thing makes her very nervous.
So Jack again is thinking that, look, futzing with the timeline just a little tiny bit to save some people. I mean, that can't be bad, right? And Sam's like,
No.
have you just not been listening to me this entire fucking
Clearly
episode?
not at all. She must be so frustrated in them right now.
Like, shit has to play out.
Mhm.
No changing.
Yeah.
When I say
None
no
of the
changing,
things.
I mean you don't just get to go kill people because it would change the timeline. That's literally the opposite of what I've been
Yeah,
saying this
I'm
entire
telling
time.
you, we cannot do like this.
And now we are introduced to some new characters.
Good
Ish, sort of,
times. Yes.
Ish.
Fun. I mean, if you want to call Daniel's hair its own character,
It is. It is.
wowza.
We are introduced to Daniel Jackson,
Uh-huh.
who's teaching English as a second language
Mr. Hair Drapes.
with our favorite horrible wig.
Uh-huh.
Talking, listen, simple greetings, introduce yourselves, find a common topic of interest. Weather is great. So we can go ahead and practice. And he calls on one of the students
Oh, I
and
love this.
he stands up and he goes, hello, my name is Carlos. You make me so hot.
I love this so much. This is like this is Carlos's version of my name is Inigo Montoya.
You could
My
my father.
Prepare
Prepare
to
to
die.
die.
You make me so hot.
He's like,
And that's bold.
it's bold.
Carlos, man, I will
Listen.
give it to you.
I mean,
Carlos
look,
is like, I ain't got time to waste.
no, go bold, go home.
Yeah.
So okay. Kaylee Thor. Hey, you've lost the blinds.
You were almost fine, and then you did the really loud barky guy.
You lost the blinds. Look at that look of disgust on her face.
How dare you, mother?
Look at that
I was
look of disgust
protecting you.
on her face.
I was protecting you from the world. You did this.
You
killed the
get them
butterfly.
back later. You killed a butterfly. You
She's
stepped
so
on a
mad.
butterfly, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're gonna just go.
Now I'm just gonna go,
Okay.
and then the door. And then just then the door opens.
Mm-hmm.
Someone wants to talk to Daniel. Some Air Force people. One, Major Davis, who, I'm sorry, one, Major Mustache.
It's like everybody in this reality. It's like in this reality, good haircuts were never invented.
Nope,
It's like Vidal Sassoon was never born.
nope, nope. It's, that mustache should not exist
No.
at all.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
So at the Department of Aerospace Research, we hear Sam's voice yelling to someone about how they stole her theories on spin wave technology and the effects of anti-gravity on electromagnetism,
Uh-huh.
and even says her pilot quote about how just because her reproductive organs on the inside instead of the outside, and then she's like, that is a horrible line, no one would say that.
Yeah. But she kind of did.
And this version of Sam is actually not yelling at anyone.
No.
Just yelling at a chair because she's practicing. She's saying she does what we will never actually be able to say.
She's just getting it out of her system.
And most likely it's directed to the guy who then walks in the room interrupting her.
Yeah.
For factual errors. That is her job.
You are so much better than this Sam.
And
Little weak Sam.
and she does, like, Amanda Tapping does this amazing slight shift in
Oh,
her speaking patterns.
I think it's safe to give out the Terra Award this week.
Oh yeah, fucking Amanda Tapping.
So
Like,
for the smallest, tiniest little tips and subtle differences
yeah.
from one Sam to the other, even to like the way the shoulders are rounded, the
She
way
like,
the mouth plays in nervousness.
yeah, it's like this just lack of confidence.
It's just all out there for the world
It's
to take
amazing.
in. Amanda Tapping, you beautiful genius.
You beautiful genius, you.
This is where I wish I knew like the Amy Poehler lines from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
That she gives to her friend. It's like, you wonderful unicorn.
I really need to rewatch Park and Rec.
Yeah.
She is so fucking amazing in this. I mean, down to also kudos to wardrobe for both of them in this episode.
The hideousness it's like
perfection.
The things she's wearing are perfect because they're not blatantly ugly.
No.
It's just, they're just enough to be like, oh God, I wish I could just give you a quick makeover.
I'm fairly sure half of that was in my wardrobe as well.
Oh no, Nixie, that's not true.
Sure,
Okay,
it's
fine.
Sure, it's not.
It's just, there's just these tiny little things that it's just so perfectly
Listen,
bad.
You have seen me on a couple days dressed in some of these outfits.
I will say you may have one of those pants.
Yes.
But I love the pants.
The pants are the most fashionable
the
parts.
problem is just it's like the combination of things.
And that is something I've always never been afraid of combining.
I love it.
Some days I was like, how many colors can I wear today?
Oh boy.
How many textures can I wear today?
73.
I mean, you've seen photographic evidence.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Some of them I made myself. I've evolved in my, handmadeness.
I mean, I love the confidence. Keep doing it.
Yep.
All right. Where are we?
So Mustache Davis comes in with a matter of national security. You can't discuss it here. And Asshole Man is like, oh, no, I get it. We can talk in our office. And Mustache is like, yeah, no, we want to talk to Dr. Carter.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to. Bye.
In a marina, there's a boat named Homer.
A boat that I am surprised is not
at
underwater.
The bottom of the marina. The fact that there's not a hole, there probably is a hole and it's just patched.
It's duct tape.
There's probably a foot of water at the bottom of that hole.
There's a keg of beer over the hole.
Probably. With Fisherman Jack finishing another beer. And Jack does recognize Major Samuels, who we have not seen since like second season.
Yeah.
He's actually the person who showed up in the pilot to get Jack.
Yeah. Wow.
And Jack is hoping they're there to take a charter boat because he doesn't give a rat's ass about the Pentagon waiting for him or wanting him or anything about him.
Oh boy, this weekend the surliest of surly.
The surly, and you know what? I kind of love it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
And
this Jack has like 1.5 L's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how surly he is.
The like there's just like a half apostrophe at the end of it.
Yeah, like he's not quite our Jack with 2 L's.
And he also doesn't care that it has to be Jack. He just heads up to the controls. I'm pretty sure that ladder would fail if he tried to use it, and motors himself away.
Yep. We're motoring.
What's your fight for fight? And I'm also going, was there only one rope holding him into that
probably
dock?
Yeah. That's he's living a haphazard life. He's a haphazard man living a haphazard life.
It's something. So Daniel and Sam are at the SGC, introduce themselves to each other. General Hammond will be with them shortly, and they're super adorably awkward.
The nerdy one-uppedness of like, oh, I'm a doctor. It's like, yeah, me too. It's like, oh, astrophysics. Oh, Egyptology. And it's like a draw by the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, no me, no me, no me, no me.
That's a thing that happens.
Yeah. In another world too, I think I would ship them.
In this world, I would ship them. Yeah. No, in this timeline,
like, do it.
100% ship the two of them.
Yes.
It would be a beautiful nerdy relationship.
I'm okay with it.
So Hammond shows up. He's only a 1-star general.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
And whatever dance move Amanda Tapping does here to get to the chair, again.
The awkward, amazing, like, I just fucking love it.
I mean, Amanda Tapping, you are my Patronus. I love you.
Yes.
Hammond hands them NDAs. And Daniel's like, well, what if we don't sign this? He's like, there's the door. And Sam's like, let me sign as fast as I can.
Even the way she does that, like the brusqueness with which she like grabs a pen, clicks it on.
And then like plays the clicker when she's done. Like,
she's like, I did it. It's done here. Please take this. It's
I understand this level of non-self-containment.
Well, it's just a complete lack of cool. It's just a complete lack of cool. I love it.
And Daniel also signs a little less enthusiastically. Now that's the fun. we were reminded that of Daniel's more outside of the norm theories about pyramids, which turned out to be correct-ish. And so the plan that they had to putting the ZPM in the tomb worked.
Right.
They have found it and a video camera perfectly preserved in a vacuum-sealed canopic jar, which we did a little picture of with an MRI.
I love the word. I love this phrase. I don't know if these are all real words, if a canopic jar is a real thing.
100%.
But it just sounds like a line in a song. Vacuum sealed in a canopic jar.
That's the canopic jars are when you mummified someone, it's where you put all like the organs in. And sometimes like there would also be like small cats or something like that.
So, I dig it.
Yeah.
Just a very cool line. Just very like for there's this thing where cellar door. It's like in Donnie Darko they talk about like the prettiest phrase in English language. Vacuum sealed canopic jar.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty fucking.
It just has this great bounce to it.
Yeah.
Also, vacuum sealing things is amazing. It keeps things fresh and preserved for ages. I just saw something.
Can you vacuum seal me?
Yep.
Okay.
I just saw this, and unfortunately, I'm really sorry. I don't have the exact article, and I cannot remember the specificities of where they found this. But they recently found yeast, vacuum sealed yeast. They woke it up, and they've baked bread using yeast that was vacuum sealed. That's like thousands of years old.
Okay, so here's what I want.
Yep.
I want to take a vacation.
Okay.
I want to have a nap, and I want you to vacuum seal me so I can get a nap, like a nice like week-long nap, and then come out and not have missed any grace. Like there's no degradation to the body.
Okay.
Everything's still cool. Just vacuum seal. I'm starting a trend. Can we just vacuum seal ourselves every now and then? I'm sure there's health reasons why we shouldn't.
There's a few that I can think of immediately.
You know, like the whole oxygen thing, whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the main ones.
Yeah, no big deal.
Okay. So things are a little different in this timeline than in ours.
Yeah.
They changed things a little bit.
Yes.
So, including the president. Kinsey's the president.
I'm unhappy.
So Sam and Daniel were brought here not because they found the camera, but because of what's on the camera.
Because the sexy versions.
Yeah. So we start on the tape is our Daniel Jackson announcing that he's part of SG1. They went back in time 5,000 years, which throws this Daniel Jackson for a loop going,
Who is that sexy man?
What?
Do you think he sees that and he's like, damn, I'm good looking?
Probably.
Hair.
And he starts going off on current events, which is how we find out Kinsey's president. And then our Sam comes on camera.
Again, a sexy Sam. Not that the existing ones are not.
No.
But it's like the sexy versions of
like if I saw a version of me who was like ripped, I'd be like, who is that?
Yeah.
So they start to describe the SGC, SG1, the Stargate, when and how we found it. Basically the past 8 seasons in 2 sentences. And, if the first things we mentioned aren't true, they fucked up the timeline. They have.
Yes.
And this is a primer on how to find the Stargate and get up and running.
Yes.
So then they force Jack on screen. Who's like, look, college football's played on Saturdays, pro football's on Sundays, and there's no fish in my pond.
The end bite.
So Hammond turns the video off. Sam and Daniel are like, Stargate and time travel.
What?
Oh, and there's a 4th person on the team. He's an alien. Don't worry.
We're not going to show you him. This is fine.
They searched the coordinates they gave for the Stargate, and there was nothing there. The place had been excavated in 1934 by Dr. Langford.
Dr. Canvathrin's dad.
And they found nothing but a tablet there that no one's been able to translate.
It's written in Danielese.
It's written in Danielese, suspiciously.
Yeah.
So in the commissary, Sam is having coffee when Daniel comes in. They are completely overwhelmed. Sam goes off about theory of time travel and how it can be fluid, and Daniel's eyes glaze over.
So I want to notice something. It changes because we see the cafeteria again later. But in this episode, you see out of focus Jell-O in the background, but there's no blue Jell-O. But there is later, but they're not right in this second. And
Well,
for
you know,
a minute, I was worried.
the difference is that they only have blue Jello once a week. Yeah.
I was worried that in this world,
There
blue
was-
Jello didn't exist.
Blue Jello doesn't exist. That's
No.
the biggest crime they could do.
I mean, also the fact that they didn't do that is a missed opportunity. Okay, I'm done.
So Daniel was more overwhelmed less by like the Stargate and time travel stuff, but more about the other team, the other thems.
Mm-hmm.
Like the feeling that he was destined for something more and more fulfilling than a 9-to-5
that
desk
I'm
job.
sexy.
And I'm like, just saying 9-to-5 desk jobs can be super fulfilling for people. Thank you very much. But just always felt that his life was wrong.
No, I'm with Daniel on this. Some of us are not built to sit still.
Oh, 100%.
Some
No.
of us are not built for that life.
100%. No, that I completely agree. I'm just saying some people are fulfilled by a 9-to-5.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But
These two people are not.
yes, and I think there's a difference between doing it and that's your life, and this is what you want,
Yeah.
versus being scared to go for the life that you want.
Yes.
And then putting yourself in the 9-to-5.
Yeah. Sam tries to cover, but it's clear she feels the same. But they can change things. They can find the Stargate. And Sam's like, listen, even if we find the Stargate, like they're not going to let us join some elite team of intergalactic space heroes.
It's so hard to see the Sam because the Sam that we know from the different timeline knows her worth.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck you, I am the shit. This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is who I am. It's a nice little lesson in self-reflection, like know your worth.
But I also think that there's a difference. This Sam may still be highly involved with the SGC, may become like head scientist or do all the research.
Sure.
But may not be. There are fundamental changes between these characters. Necessarily want to be going through the Stargate, going on adventures front line, but may still be cool with being head of research or something like that here, clearly have the intelligence to do that.
I suspect that she's just scared to want to.
Do what the changes were that I think
she never went to the military.
Well, and that's the thing. So I think for Daniel, the future, this version of Daniel, I think hinges mainly on the fact that he did not meet Catherine Langford.
Right.
I think the Daniel we know, without meeting Catherine, that's unfortunately where he would have ended up.
Yeah.
But Sam was more than just not being involved in the Stargate program.
Sure.
And I wonder what the key hinge difference was for her life.
Oh, I imagine it has to do with her dad.
I imagine either it has something to do with her dad, or maybe it's that her mother never died.
That's what I mean. Like something in the family dynamic doesn't happen the way it did before.
Yeah.
This Sam is comfortable in safety.
Yes.
Which means she's been safe in her life.
Yeah.
Which supports your point. Like maybe her mom didn't die. So the other Sam was forced to go into the uncomfortable. Her mom died.
Yeah.
She was forced to be like, this is what it is. This is how it goes. So things are going to be uncomfortable. You might as well do the things that you like.
The other option, it's either her mom never died, or somehow in whatever changes in this, Jacob never joined the military.
Oh, that would be weird.
Because if Jacob never joined the military, I don't think Sam would ever have joined the Air Force.
Right. Oh, so weird.
So I think the main hinge difference for this version of Sam.
Or maybe her brother was different because she was always kind of there because her brother didn't do the things.
So, but I think the main difference in this is less, again, the influence on both of them was someone else in their lives affecting them.
Yeah.
Which I do find a very interesting take on this. But I think for Sam, it was something with her parents.
Yeah, I'm for it. There's a family dynamic that happens. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But I also love the concept that the hinge point for both of their lives was not necessarily a choice that they made as much. It was the influence of someone else on their life is what veered them in a different direction.
What made them choose a different path.
Yeah.
That's fair. Because that's the thing. It's like Daniel could have met Catherine and chosen not to follow the path. But
100%.
yeah. Anyway.
But I think either way, once you meet Catherine, Daniel's going to be hooked.
I think Daniel is waiting for the chance, and that's what this is proving to be.
Yeah.
That's why he's like, no, wait a minute, this is our chance.
Yeah.
I think he was just waiting for fate.
I think Sam's difference is a much deeper.
It's more of like, this is cool, this is what I'm going to do. There's no waiting for something else to come.
Yeah.
Whereas Daniel, no matter which timeline, seems to be waiting for the chance to be something great.
So Daniel is deep in research in the lab on base, and he's watching the tape again, watching himself, talking about the gate dialing system, the point of origin, address of Chulak, home address. Oh yeah, and let me finally tell you the reason we fucking went back in time and are recording this entire thing right at the very end that we're running out of battery for.
Good job, Daniel.
I mean, come on. So it runs out of time. Can't tell why the ZPM is important.
Wouldn't you rehearse this?
Like bullet points?
Like, wouldn't you rehearse this and be like, okay, let's run through it. How are we going to do this?
Well, the whole thing is like, here we're saying all this in case the future is not as we left it. But still, maybe talk about the ZPM first.
Yeah. Hey, the ultimate reason we're here is for this.
Yeah.
Also, here's proof of why you should follow what we're saying. Blech.
Also, maybe instead of putting this on the tape recorder, maybe write it down and put it in the canopic jar with the tape recorder.
That's true. That's an option.
On some papyrus or something.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why the Daniel tablet becomes a thing.
So Hammond comes in and remarks on timing of things, and they found the ZPM, and scientists are poring over it. But this tablet, it's almost like the person who wrote it knew all of Daniel's research.
Fancy time.
It talks about there was an uprising 5 years after SG1 got there. And
so they waited 5 fucking years.
Yep.
Yowza.
They rose up against Ra. He left in a great flying ship, took the Stargate with him, but it also makes reference to a second Stargate here on Earth.
Yay.
He hasn't finished the translation yet. Also, Daniel wants to join the expedition to find the second gate, and Hammond's like,
about that.
Yeah, why don't we make that decision when we come to it?
I'm not cool with this. I mean, I know it is what it is, but I'm not cool with it. I think he should be allowed to go. I think he should be heavily guarded.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be unchaperoned.
No.
But his fucking face is in the video.
His face is in the video. Listen, I do believe Daniel should go. But also, I'm also with Hammond at the very end of this, who's like, yeah, you guys aren't trained in any way, shape for any of this stuff.
I think they need their brains there, and that's where the heavily guarded comes in.
And I think they're like, yeah, we use your brains here at the SGC. I think going Antarctica is completely different than going through the Stargate.
Right.
100% should be
but
able
they
to go
won't
to
even let them go to Antarctica.
That's what I'm saying. 100% should be able to go to Antarctica, look for the gate. Maybe not on the first trip through the Stargate.
Sure.
Maybe on those ones that we secure the place and see it's
but
safe.
The problem is there's a complete dismissal.
Oh, 100%.
And that I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
Especially from Hammond. The Hammond that we know would not have been so dismissive.
But again, I don't know if this is the Hammond we know.
God damn it, all these assholes.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, look at how Renault has changed.
Blah. Okay, I'm done.
So Sam is eating blue jello in the commissary on Blue Jello Day. And Daniel's like, yep, they're going to shut us out.
Yeah.
And he does know where the second gate is.
Yeah.
He has translated enough. He's keeping it secret, but it's somewhere in Antarctica.
Get crafty.
Which is big, Sam correctly points out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, latitude and longitude are hard to put into hieroglyphics.
Meaning that other Daniel didn't also know how to do that. Because
and Sam doesn't really know why she's around here anymore. She's not really useful. Daniel is. And Daniel's like, no, we're a team and we stick together.
I love this.
We just need someone who can go to bat for us. Someone they can't say no to.
Cut to the smelliest man on TV. You know he doesn't smell good.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
Smells like old fish guts.
Uh-huh. And beer.
And old beer.
It's like beer.
Old shitty beer.
It's like not beer like a glass of beer. It's like when beer seeps from your pores. Beer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they make it to the Homer. They introduce themselves. Jax is like, do you want a tour? Are you a couple? And Sam starts, like, at the first mention of military, Jax turns off. I don't care. Not interested.
God damn it, Jack.
They just want some time to talk to him.
Stubborn motherfucker in every reality.
Yep. And Jack's like, you can talk. It's $150 an hour. to rent the boat. They're like, we don't want to go. Don't care if you want to go anywhere. $150 to rent the boat.
Pay me to talk to me.
Cut to them and life
See,
preservers.
to me, that shows that he is interested.
Oh, 100%.
Look.
But you're going to have to pay
Jack
me.
is interested. Jack wants to go on thing. He is already there. The fact that he gives them any opportunity onto this boat,
True.
that means he's already on board. Don't, yeah.
Some little bit. I don't think he's convinced enough to go with them, but he's at least like, I'm intrigued. Let me see your flyer.
A Jack who truly doesn't care wouldn't even give them this.
Yeah, he still needs to make money to live though, too.
That's fair.
Yeah. He's intrigued enough to see their newsletter.
That's fair.
At the very least.
Sure.
So cut to them in life preservers telling Jack about all the stuff with time travel. We're gonna go back in time. We're gonna go pick up an alien.
Yep.
And Jack is sitting there with this fishing pole and rod, which is a giant mess. That's gonna take a while to fix.
Good time.
And we're gonna change the past to save the future. And Jack, are you listening? Are you listening, Jack? He's like, trying not to.
Doing my best to not give a shit.
They're like, just watch the tape and decide for yourself.
Yeah.
And Jack has decided, oh, look, time's up. Time to go. Or give me more money.
If he weren't so stubborn, he would understand that he already gives a shit.
I don't know if his watch necessarily works by the way he shakes it. And Daniel asks if he ever thought there might be something more out there for him, more than this, and he gestures around. And Jack looks around, kind of unconvinced. No.
Again, this is all just coming from a person who's a little hurt still, living in this pain that he's in.
I mean, this is someone who had never, who started with the grief of losing his son and went downhill from there.
Yeah.
But Daniel's like, look, we're a team and we saved the world several times. He's like,
bedtime.
yeah, okay.
In
Sure.
45-minute increments.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Full Minnesotan.
Yeah.
And Sam can't believe that she wasted her freaking flyer miles on this.
Yeah, motherfucker. And she's like safeguarded those. Like she squirreled them away for something. Yeah.
Take her life vest off until she's off the boat.
Yeah.
And somehow these two make it into a comedy scene.
I do love her pulling that. Although, I've been there with the life vest.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this thing so difficult? Yeah.
And no worries, eh? Jack calls after them. And then ponders.
Yeah, because he's already invested. Well, you gotta act like a dick about it. I'm mad at him. Can you tell?
I can tell.
I'm so mad at him.
Back at the SGC, they have no idea where they're being led. But Major Mustache says that they're being showed something else. It's a time ship. The time ship, they're assuming.
It's a barrel jumper.
It was uncovered near the tomb with the tape. And
let's see the time ship again.
They head inside and look around. It's not operational yet or anything. But yes, the tape did mention the ATA gene and that Jack has it.
Yes.
And right as they're about to touch the DHG panel, we hear a familiar voice yell out, "Don't touch anything."
Oh, look at this. Just when you thought McKay could not get more arrogant. Somehow it's just heightened.
It is Dr. Rodney McKay, lead scientist on the project.
Oh, of course.
And after seeing Sam barely acknowledges Daniel's presence,
bleh.
Sam already is really, really wigged out.
I love that in any timeline, Sam's like, no.
Nope.
I won't open you.
And Sam is like, did you try to dial the gate address that was from the tape? And he's like, why would we? Of course we fucking did that.
Yeah. Again, jerkface. Why you gotta be a jerkface?
We tried it a few times. Nothing happened. And still, McKay gives no shits about Daniel. Partly because he's an archaeologist and partly because he's not Sam. And he loves the whole sexy librarian thing going on.
He's so gross.
So gross.
He's just so gross.
And then it gets grosser because he's like, why don't I take you out to lunch? They're having lemon chicken.
No.
Actually goes down for the ass grab.
I'm surprised he still has.
It's not even a subtle ass grab either.
No, this would have been physical bodily harm.
Yeah.
From our Sam. Like
he would be broken arm at the minimum.
Broken.
Yeah.
Yowza.
Also, question for you. Ponder this. would like to know your response. Is it just alternate McKay that doesn't have a lemon allergy, or does our McKay not actually have a lemon allergy
our
either?
McKay does not have any kind of allergy. Our McKay is, I had a friend, another friend, I had a coworker like this, and I hated it. She would say, we would go somewhere, because, you go to lunch sometimes in groups, and she would ask for a sandwich without tomatoes, and she's like, I'm allergic to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just fucking ask for no tomatoes.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, nobody ever listens, so I have to say I'm allergic. I'm like, no, you can just ask for no tomatoes.
Because if they're on there, you can just take them off.
Because you're being unkind to these people. Yeah. They're going completely out of their way because you want to be a dick and feel that you're the most important person in the room.
Yeah.
And that's who McKay is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, just say you would like to not have them and give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Well, it's also one of those things, it's like, tomato is something that's a little bit easier to make sure it's not in a dish.
Yeah.
Like lemon, I can see why you may need to specify, hey, is there lemon in that?
Yeah.
I mean, when it's called lemon chicken, maybe that's a little
maybe
obvious.
Just don't order the lemon chicken. Yeah.
But I mean, some other marinades and stuff,
Sure.
I can see a little bit more, hey, is there lemon in the marinade?
Yeah. But I'm just
pretty sure McKay is not allergic to
anything.
anything.
He's just very self-important.
I think McKay maybe, here's what I imagine happened.
Okay.
McKay at one point ate some bad food that had lemon in it.
Uh-huh.
Got maybe a little bit of food poisoning.
It's probably not even the lemon that he doesn't
and
like.
has now determined that he's allergic to lemon.
Yeah, I like that. That's probably true.
Later that day, Sam's able to escape and finds Daniel in the hallway. But Sam has a thought. It's a thought that Sam has had before.
Mm-hmm.
And, they do the old find small earthquakes on Earth while the gate's being dialed trick.
Crazy how that's a thing.
I believe the way they first did it in Solitudes was when you dial your home number, what you get.
Oh, right. The busy signal.
So now they have a new bargaining chip.
Mm-hmm.
In the briefing room, two of them want to see General Hammond. Mustache is like, yeah, you tell me what you got, and I'll see if you can talk to Major Hammond.
How dare you?
To General Hammond, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell him anyway.
Yeah.
They followed the Earth tremors.
See, would you have told him?
No.
I wouldn't have told him at all. I
No.
would have told him some lie.
Yeah.
That sounded just as good.
Yeah.
Or I would have said, some other like BS. Go in there knowing that.
Yeah.
Go in there knowing that you're not going to give all. Don't show them all your cards.
They showed him all the cards.
The worst.
So you dialed the address 8 times. Well, there was 8 small earthquakes in the same location, 50 miles outside McMurdo. That's where the second gate is. Is that worth bugging General Hammond about? He's like, yep, bye.
Yeah, I'm taking this and putting my name on it.
So a short bit later, probably a couple days, Sam and Daniel are walking through the gate room to meet Hammond, and we can see the Stargate being lowered in, hive of activity, moving in, construction. The gate room's a little bit different. And there's a Mr. Deloise with a clipboard.
I miss the Deloise. I always miss the
It's a
Deloises.
super obvious Deloise.
God, I'm the worst.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to be watching Sam and Daniel.
That's the thing is, I think I get very invested,
Yeah.
and I get tunnel vision.
Well, and I'm also someone who's like, oh, Deloise is directing this. Let me keep an eye out for
Let me
Deloise.
look for Deloise, yeah.
And the gate was exactly where they said it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And their country owes them a debt of gratitude. The SGC
Fuck you, pay me. That's what I want to say.
The SGC isn't done with this project, but Sam and Daniel are, and there's planes waiting to go back home.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, you're assembling teams,
Yep.
and it should be us because we're on the tape.
Uh-huh.
And Hammond's sorry, but like neither one of them possesses training or qualifications to go through the gate. That's just the way it is.
Don't like this part.
And the episode ends with sad faces watching the gate settle into place.
Not okay with this. How dare you misrepresent and dismiss our Sam and Daniel? Not happy. This needs to change, and we're gonna fix it.
Okay.
And they're gonna have to come crawling back to our Sam and Daniel and being like, please, mea culpa, help me, you're our only hope.
Help me, Daniel and Sam Nobi.
You're our only hope. It sucks. This thing just are so
Sammy
frustrating.
Wendenobi.
Yes. But hopefully, they're very smart, and hopefully they find some other trick up their sleeve. Okay.
Is that your prediction?
Yes, and the
next
other
episode?
prediction is that they are the ones that actually started the rebellion in ancient Egypt.
Okay.
They absolutely did. They got tired of fucking waiting. They're like, it's been 5 weeks.
Our team.
Yeah. They're like, I'm done. This is how it was supposed to be. We know that this happened. We're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. That's my other prediction.
Awesome.
Let's get on with it.
Alrighty.
I'm really excited. I'm really loving this.
So next week, obviously, we're doing Mobius Part 2.
Yes.
And then we'll be jumping over to The Siege in Atlantis.
We're gonna jump in a puddle jumper.
Yep.
And jump on some puddles over to the
Uh-huh.
I love it so much. I really, really dig the way this is going. No countdowns yet because I want to see how the episode.
Yeah,
goes.
we definitely next week we'll definitely have the this season.
Yes.
And if we're at least gonna have this season, and we may do the top overall.
Maybe. Don't quote me. We'll see.
Yeah, that may need some extra thought. I mean, we're 8 seasons in, so that needs thought.
Okay. Oh, guys. Okay, I'm ready. Find us on Twitter at Terra Podcast.
Find us at Facebook as Terra.
Email us at theresnoplaceliketerra@gmail.com.
Patreon.com/theresnoplaceliketerra. Rate us, like us, review us, etc.
We'll see you next week with Mobius Part 2.
Bye. Okay, come on. Stop the recording. You can do it.
You can do it.
There it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.